I'm sorry, I can't do Americans. I need somebody with culture. I'm sorry.
It's not a dream. America for us, it's not a dream. It's just like a jungle. I'm sorry, but we're trying to survive.
Okay, go the home then. What you saying about that you need to go home? Go home. Why do immigrants always have so much smoke for Black Americans? Haitians, what's up?
Well, at least we have a country to go back to, and you Black Americans, you guys, if things were to fall apart, you guys don't have anywhere to go to. So
that's a violation of human rights. Sending the Haitians back to Haiti, where? In a place where there is trouble. It's a troubled place right now.
Black Americans do not hate Haitians. Black Americans just don't tolerate disrespect. And right now, we are sending all that negative energy and disrespect that has been sent towards us. We are sending that back to everyone else.
Sorry.
Dirty Black American? Huh? What? Wait, what'd you American? Say? Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty Black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are.
We need to stop saying Black American does not have culture. Yes, they do have culture. Black American is the culture. Everything I do, the way I dress, the way I act, is because Black American. Black American, they're not our problem. They're not our enemy. Stop making Black American our enemy, people.
Temporary means temporary. When the condition of that country gets better, they need to go home. There are millions of people standing in line, want to be part of the greatest nation on earth.
If something happens in a country, maybe a natural disaster, people could come, get temporary protective status, things get stabilized, they go back. I mean, that's the intent of it, and yet it's turned into, once you get TPS, that's just indefinite. It's kind of an end run around the normal immigration system.
Oh, little Haitian. It's time to go back home.
Hi guys, my name is Kelvin and you're welcome back to the channel. Look, we need to talk about this real talk. No sugarcoating, no soft voices. Some of y'all been watching these clips. Haitians under TPS talking reckless about Black Americans, calling America a jungle, saying we got no culture, saying at least they got a country to run back to. One of them even throwing dirty Black American out his mouth like it's nothing. And now, the same people who was laughing and looking down, they knows are looking at deportation papers. The same temporary protected status that was never permanent is getting cut. Haiti is still a mess, and the plane tickets are being printed. This is not coincidence. This is the system doing what it always does. Line us up against each other so we never look up at the real game. Black people, foundational Black Americans, ADO, SFBA, whatever you call yourself, do not forget the wealth transfer. Do not forget who built the foundation this country sits on. Do not forget that every civil rights win, every open door, every protest that made this country give an inch, that was us. And some of the same people who benefited from that fight turned around and talked down on the ones who fought it. Unity, consistency, support. Shop with your sisters and brothers. Keep the money circulating in our own communities. Because while they got us arguing in the comments, the real transfer of power and wealth is still happening above our heads. This is not about hating Haitians. This is about not being played. The devil's oldest trick is still divide and conquer. Color folks of every nation, Haitian, Jamaican, Nigerian, African American, get turned against each other while the same system that benefits from the chaos keeps moving the pieces. One thing we do not do is abandon our own. And one thing we will not do is keep quiet while people who were given temporary shelter start talking like they own the house and we are the guests. Stay locked in, because what I'm about to break down is the part they don't want us connecting. Let's get into it.
I have sympathy for Haitians that are law-abiding citizens, and right. I want deportations, y'all. Listen, our country is full. We full. We are full. There ain't enough jobs. We need more jobs. We need our rent to go down. I am sorry as a Christian. I'm sorry. But I want to say one thing. Y'all don't help y'all case as Haitians or any other race when y'all come over here and act entitled. It pisses and it makes Americans very upset. When you come to our country and you act like Mendamis and these people, you act entitled to America's wealth. You act entitled to the country, no, that we built. African Americans, white Europeans, right? These are the people that built this country, not Haitians, not Mexicans, not Chinese people. Y'all are blessed to come over here and receive of what we built. We built this country, not y'all. And temporary status means temporary. That's the problem. We have all these people that say they're asylum seekers, but they never want to go back. That's why I'm against the asylum unless it's real devastating. Because everybody are going to say, well, we're going back to worse conditions. Of course, there is no place better than America. So, of course, you're going back to worse conditions. But you knew that you were temporary when you came here. Now they mad and angry like they're being done an injustice when they've been on temporary statuses for 10 years, 5 years. This is a home. No, you are on temporary status. You didn't build this country.
Well, at least we have a country to go back to, and you Black Americans, you guys, if things were to fall apart, you guys don't have anywhere to go to.
So Haitian people are the only Black Americans, the original Black Americans of the United States.
I don't see where the confusion is at. Why would you guys identify as Black Americans where this white man's paperwork in black and white states that Haitians are from Hades? I seen a video recently, another Haitian person identified as a Puerto Rican, that he's from Puerto Rico. So I don't know what's going on in the Haitian community, but according to the white man's paperwork, they're deporting Haitians and that Hades is safe to return now. I hope Haitians return the same love to Americans that we showed to y'all. Free housing, benefits. I hope you return that same love if we ever visit your island.
At least, I got a country that I can go back to. A country that you don't want to live in, right? A country that you don't want to be, a country that you don't want to build, a country that you're only proud of when you're not living there, right? So, because we could say the same thing, right? Like if it was a big bulk of us fighting to get into somebody else's country, right? Sneaking into somebody else's country. Cause, I can't really imagine having to sneak into a country. I never did that before. But if we was to all collectively have to do that and go to somebody else's country, we could technically say the same thing. Like, well, you know what? At least I got another country that I don't want to be in that I could go back to, because I could bring my ass back to the United States. I don't have to really actually be in this other place. I could come back to the United States. I mean, we could technically, could say that. I mean, we're not from Never Never Land, right? We didn't just drop out of the sky, right? We are actually indigenous. We actually had a whole ethnogenesis on the United States soil. So we actually are from here, right? We're like, I don't know why y'all think that because we're brown, because we're Black, that means that we just dropped out of the sky into the United States and we just have no place here. We have no purpose here and we just don't belong here. Okay. So, you can brag about your country, go ahead and be proud of it, but it's really crazy that you're kicking and screaming not to go back to that country, but yet you're trying to brag about having another country to go to, but you don't want to be in said country.
Haitians are upset with FBA, also known as Black Americans, because they're losing their temporary protected status. But we don't have anything to do with it. So let's get into it. I'm just curious as to why they're blaming us and saying that them being deported is our fault. We have nothing to do with it. We don't have any control over who gets deported and who gets allowed to stay. And then for some of them coming on here talking greasy, saying that we're all on welfare, that we're lazy, we live in the projects, and all of these disparaging things. Okay, I find that all very interesting, because if it wasn't for us and our ancestors who fought for civil rights and all of the liberties and freedoms that we have fought for, you all wouldn't even have been able to come here in the first place. Okay, please pay attention. We ain't just coming on here talking real greasy, okay? Saying that we're afraid of them because of the voodoo and that they have gangs and all these things. First of all, having gangs is nothing to brag on, but we have gangs too. But also voodoo, why would we be concerned about that? It's not like we don't know voodoo as well. Okay, some of us call it roots. Okay, please pay attention. It's basically the same thing. I mean, they have all of this smoke for FBA, but they're not saying anything about Trump, Tom Homan, the border czar, or Stephen Miller. This was all they're doing. This is their idea. And they haven't even said one word about Megyn Kelly and that racist rant that she went on, just dragging them for filth just a few days ago. Okay, the only one I heard address that was Roland Martin. Okay, he stood up for his people, but I haven't heard them say anything. They're just choosing to go in on us, and I quite frankly think it's just displaced anger. Like I said, please pay attention. I mean, and then one of them said that all throughout the world, people think that we're the most ignorant and the idiots and all of that. Well, I have you know that the women who look like me in this country are one of the most educated groups. So there's that, and we're not all lazy. There's lazy people amongst every group. So for them to be sitting here saying that we love massa, but yet they're the ones using and spewing massa's talking points and foolish racial stereotypes about people of my own lineage, I find that very interesting. Okay, it's like totally crazy to me, but still you want to drag us but are not saying anything about the people who are the real problem. Okay, please pay attention. I mean, it was Trump himself who said that Haiti was a shithole country, and then it was JD Vance who lied and said that you all eat cats and dogs. But y'all are mad at us, and I just don't get it, because it seems a whole lot of projection. Maybe you're afraid to say something about what they've done or said, but so you just want to use us, you know, as the scapegoat. But it's absolutely so ridiculous and sad. Please pay attention. And they didn't say anything about the fact that Bill and Hillary Clinton collected all of those funds, okay, and then only built about 6 houses over there in Haiti, not to mention the Caucasian woman who tried to escape Haiti with 33 Haitian children, and then she was caught and arrested, and Bill and Hillary came over there to speak for her, to vouch for her. Didn't say anything about that, but we're the problem. Make it all make sense. All I'm saying is just put the blame where it lies. Don't sit here and blame FBA, because we're not the ones that are the issue for you. Your problem is a system known as white supremacy, okay? And we didn't build it, and we are not the ones who can tear it down. Only the people who put that together can tear it down, and it doesn't look like they're going to be doing so anytime soon. And so it is that system that wants you deported from this country, because they want the majority of people here to look like them. And I'm sorry, but don't you all mostly look like us? And so please pay attention. So when you're out in the streets and the police are looking at you, if you get pulled over, whatever, at a traffic stop, they're going to just basically liken you to one of us. Okay, they're not going to be worried about whether you're Haitian, African, Jamaican, or whatever, but they're just going to lump us all in the same category. So let's stop trying to make it our fault that these people want you all out of the country. Okay, so they can bring in more people who look like them. We have absolutely nothing to do with that, and we're never the problem. Okay, please pay attention. And then for some of you to do videos asking Donald Trump to deport us, that's hilarious, because he could never. He can't send us anywhere. We're indigenous to this country. You see, all of us didn't come from Africa. This land, formerly known as Turtle Island, some of us are absolutely indigenous to it. Okay, so please pay attention.
It's not that we mad at y'all or that we got any hate or any kind of animosity towards Haitian people at all. It's just the hens coming home to roost, right? Y'all talked all that shit when y'all felt safe and secure to talk all that shit about Black Americans, saying how we lazy and we all on the welfare system and we should just work harder because y'all just came here and worked hard and got everything that y'all wanted. Then y'all was so proud to tell us that we don't know where we from, and y'all was so happy that at least y'all have a country to go back to and all of this shit, but now that it's time to go back to said country, it's a problem. And that's crazy. Now, we're just simply pointing out the obvious. Y'all talked all that shit, and y'all getting booted out the country, and we're just saying, hey, you shouldn't have talked so much shit. And then don't come looking for help from the very people you just was demeaning. That one bitch that set up on the podcast talking about some dirty Black Americans, wasn't she Haitian? And she doubled down and stood on dirty Black Americans, and she's Haitian, right? That's what I thought. Like, bro, y'all buried yourself. Y'all made y'all bed, now go lay down.
For up and down that Black Americans were just bragging about how we, you know, were born here and we aren't African, we aren't a part of these other cultures. Y'all thought that those are our bragging rights when really that was our trauma. The fact that we understood from the beginning that we were not the same We were not the same as anyone. Not West Indians, not Africans, not anybody. You've all written us off as our own people. Now that we've taken our culture and become separatists, now all of a sudden y'all want to be a part of the Black experience. No, you've already separated yourself. So now that the Caribbean month is over with, now that nobody's going to Essence Fest, now that TPS is done, now you want to act like you've always had the back of Black people, and then you have not. You never wanted to be Black. So can we start to get to that conversation? Because it was way too many Haitians in my comments talking about how we're all Black and we all have the same struggle and we should come together. However, when Black people try to tell y'all that we are not the same, you completely disrespected us.
Let's start with the receipts. You had Haitian voices on camera saying America is not the dream, it's a jungle they just surviving in. Talking about how Black Americans don't have a homeland to go back to if everything collapses. Acting like having a passport to a failed state is some kind of flex over people whose blood, labor, and culture built the very soil they standing on. Then the same mouths calling somebody a dirty Black American. Questioning why we even identify as Black American. Claiming primacy like the history of this country started when they arrived on a raft or a TPS flight. That energy was real, it was recorded, it was shared, and a whole lot of Black Americans saw it and felt it in their chest. Now, the weather changed. TPS is temporary by design. Conditions in Haiti did not magically stabilize into a functioning state. The same administration and the same voices that pushed harder enforcement, Trump, Homan, Miller, and the rest, are doing exactly what they said they would do. And suddenly the tone shifts. Suddenly it's regret. Suddenly it's, why is this happening to us? Here's the part that should make every Black person sit up. The anger is still getting aimed sideways, at Black Americans, at the people who already have the least control over immigration policy, at the community that has been fighting for basic dignity in this country for centuries. We are not the ones writing the deportation orders. We are not the ones deciding TPS stays or goes. But somehow, the frustration lands on us. That is not an accident. That is the script. Black American culture is not secondary. It is foundational. The music, the language, the style, the resistance, the institutions. We built that under conditions nobody else in this conversation had to survive. When people say Black American is the culture, they are not bragging. They are stating a fact. And when somebody from outside that history starts talking, like we have nowhere to go and no culture worth defending, that is not cultural exchange. That is disrespect. Now let's talk about the hand that was extended. When people were coming on makeshift rafts and plastic boats, Black Americans and other people of conscience stood up. We pushed for people to be able to stay, to get a chance, to not be turned away into the water. That fight was real. And some of the same people who benefited from that fight got comfortable, got big-headed, and started talking down on the very community that helped hold the door open. You do not bite the hand that fed you and then act shocked when the hand is no longer there to protect you. That is not hate. That is cause and effect. The system loves this. It loves Haitians and Black Americans arguing in the streets and on the timelines while the real levers of power stay untouched. It loves the distraction. It loves the division. Color folks of all nations, no matter the culture, no matter the background, get turned into opposing teams so the house always wins. Wake up. This is older than any of us. Divide and conquer is still the playbook. The devil does not care if you speak Haitian Creole or African American vernacular. He cares that you stay too busy fighting each other to notice the wealth, the land, the policy, and the future being rearranged above your heads. So what do? We stop taking the bait. We stop letting selective clips and viral disrespect turn into permanent enmity between communities that both get used. We keep the money moving among our own, shop with your sisters and brothers, invest in Black businesses, build parallel systems that do not require permission from people who have never had our best interest at heart. We also stop pretending every immigrant group is automatically an ally just because of shared skin tone. Shared skin tone has never been enough. Shared values, shared respect, and shared understanding of history matter more. If someone comes here under temporary protection and immediately starts measuring themselves above the people who made their arrival possible, that is not solidarity. That is entitlement. Black Americans did not flee this country. We stayed, we fought, we bled, we built. And we will not apologize for defending that reality when somebody tries to rewrite it. The deportations are happening. The policy is shifting. The temporary was always temporary. The question is whether black people will keep letting the system use every new arrival as a wedge, or whether we will finally close ranks, protect our own interests, and refuse to be the punching bag or the distraction. Unity is not a slogan. It is a strategy. Consistency is not a feeling. It is a practice. Support is not likes and comments. It is where you spend your money and who you stand with when the cameras are off. Do not forget the wealth transfer. Do not forget who the real opponents are. And do not let anybody, Haitian, African, Caribbean, or otherwise, talk down on black Americans and then expect silence when the consequences arrive. We see the game. We are done playing our part in it. That's the word. Share it if it hits. Argue with it if you must. But do not sleep on it. Keep the money in the community. Keep the unity real. Keep your eyes on the people who actually write the laws and move the money, not the ones they put in front of you to fight. Black people, stay woke, stay locked, and stop letting the system use us against each other. I'm out. Peace.